Hi, once again, welcome to another episode of Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. I'm Steve Brazel, joined by the mayor. Mayor Bailey, how are you this morning?
That would be me, Rusty Bailey, and we're here to talk about one of the more serious issues that we have in the city.
Yeah, as we head into summer and we get near the 4th of July, obviously fireworks come into play, which are, by the way, illegal in the city of Riverside. And we're joined by two people to talk about this today. Fire Chief for the Riverside Fire Department, Chief Michael Moore. Thanks for joining us, sir. And also Council Member for the city of Riverside, Jim Perry. Council Member, thanks for joining us as well.
Thank you for having us today.
So, as the mayor said, serious discussion on
Yes,
this.
yeah. We've had some heavy rains this season. Everybody appreciates, being out of the drought and seeing what the rain brings, whether it was the California poppies.
The big bloom.
The big bloom, the super bloom, or just the greenery on Mount Rubidoux. But that turns into fuel for fires. And so, Chief, what are we looking at by the time 4th of July rolls around in terms of the situation and the fire hazards out there?
We'll have some warming as we go into July. We've just had our last rains, and it only takes just a couple of days of a few winds and just some heating, and the grasses that are now upwards to 3 feet high will be kindling, and they're the worst kind of fires because they're fast moving, quick burning fires that can trap our firefighters very easy. So it's very serious this year.
And that's why we're talking about in relation to the 4th of July.
Yeah, and as
It's
I mentioned, we're talking illegal fireworks
Yes,
here, right?
Yes.
And it's not just an issue of, okay, something goes wrong with your fireworks and it puts your house at risk. We're talking puts the whole community at risk. And it also, I didn't realize this, the number of fires on 4th of July goes up. So for either one of you, council member or chief, what does this change in the way of the number of fires that we have and how that affects the city with the illegal fireworks with 4th of July?
It does a number of things, and you have to be very careful because you're not only putting yourself in danger, you're putting the community in danger, but perhaps more importantly, our fire department personnel are the ones who have to be the first responders. And they never know how quickly these fires are going to actually blow up or maybe get out of hand until they get there. So not only are we talking about the community, but we're also talking about our day-to-day firefighters who are out there dedicating their lives to keeping this community safe, endangering their lives at the same time.
And our neighbors. I
Yeah.
mean, the Riverside Fire Departments are our neighbors too.
Yeah, and there's penalties involved. So it's not like we're going to let this go. We've ramped up our response to illegal fireworks, haven't we, Chief? And
Yes.
we've imposed, fines in the
And
last couple
all
seasons.
fireworks are illegal
Right.
in the city. Leave it to the professionals. We have a couple great fireworks shows that will, present a great
Mount
4th of
Rubidoux
July.
and La Sierra Park have.
And we just know that over half of the fireworks out there are illegal fireworks. And then just to emphasize that in the city, all fireworks are illegal, safe and sane, or the truly, truly illegal fireworks that they get from other places.
I want to go back to that one question before because I was right? We do end up with more fires on the 4th of July or around the 4th of July because of fireworks.
Traditionally, we
Do we have stats on that?
We have stats on it that have shown that we have an increase in fireworks because people are playing and they're either starting grass fires or different roof fires in different neighborhoods. So there's a great increase, and we can get back on the numbers specifically, but there is a good uptick through the month of July proper.
What are people looking at in terms of the fines? Is it in the rewards?
It's a minimum
as well?
$1,000,
Yeah.
and,
Oh, wow.
and then we say minimum because if there's damage or we have a large campaign type fire, there's restitution that we can take
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
actually recover some of those funds. So minimally, it will be $1,000.
So avoiding of fireworks, illegal fireworks, by the way, avoiding use of illegal fireworks can literally save you money.
Yeah, but that's for the property owner too. So if there's visitors, if there's friends that are over for a 4th of July party or just a party during the season and they start lighting fireworks off, who gets fined?
We've been very fortunate. The entire city council has been very committed to taking a very proactive approach to this problem that we've experienced over the years because we've had neighborhoods that have literally turned into war zones and heavy artillery being used. So we implemented a $1,000 fine at an absolute minimum, but it also includes potentially the property owner, people using fireworks or giving them permission, We also have a fine or a reward system for people who actually turn in people who are using fireworks, and we ultimately lead to an arrest and conviction of those individuals.
Yeah, we're not messing around.
We've actually seen a decrease over the years, but we're still seeing far too much illegal firework activity on the 4th of July.
And again, we're taking this very seriously, as the councilman has mentioned, in terms of the fines and rewards. Also, it affects our military and individuals that have been in combat. The PTSD situation that occurs for them, it's a trigger, and so we have seen individuals that have, it's been exacerbated in their lives and their families during that time, as well as animals. Animals,
and that's the
it's
one
a
I was gonna bring
big
up,
issue
too.
for dogs especially, but for all animals, those types of sounds make them uncomfortable, and they tend to run, which impacts government services and safety for the animals and the kids and the families that are out driving around trying to find their pets. So it's not good for anybody.
There's a lot of tangential effects, and I was going to actually bring up the pets one too, because when we had our dog, we would never go watch the fireworks because we couldn't leave him in the backyard because he would go absolutely crazy and try and get out, and at times try to hurt himself to try and get out. So again, this is such a serious issue. If you know somebody using fireworks, if somebody brings fireworks to your house, you could be liable for, the minimum fine again was $1,000, right?
It's $1,000. What we're doing this year, we're also increasing the number of our personnel who are strictly going out to enforce our firework ordinance on that day. So we're going to have multiple teams out. I should also preface that not only is there the $1,000 fine, but we also have the ability, depending on how much personnel it takes to do the enforcement, we could also go after the homeowner or the violator for the cost of our personnel being out there, which actually increases that amount a great deal.
Right, okay.
Illegal fireworks in Riverside, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. You're putting the community at risk, firefighters at risk, police at risk, your neighbors at risk. It just goes on and on and on. Now, if you want more information, 311.
That's it. One call does
One
it all.
call does it all. You can always reach out to the fire department as well. You can reach out to your city council members. But again, avoid illegal fireworks in the city of Riverside.
All
I'm Steve-
fireworks are illegal.
All fireworks, safe and sane ones as well, are illegal in the city of Riverside. I'm Steve Brazel. This is Riverside Monthly with Mayor Bailey. Mayor, thank you as always for joining
got it.
us. Also to our two guests, Councilman Jim Perry, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Chief Moore for the Riverside Fire Department, thank you
Thank
as
you
well.
again.
Make sure that you check out all 3 of the episodes this month, and we'll see you soon on Riverside Monthly.